Now's your opportunity to explore, coach, and compete in one of the most unique leagues that the sport has ever seen. Contact Seth at lacrosse.co.il.
Two 15s. I think it's 2 15s as well. Just the goal, yeah. Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome back to the 2019 Alice Hrebesky Memorial. You have just been looking at the results of these teams over the years, and Ladner wasn't in last year. Missing it, so they went into the silver group. They won their way through the Ladner Pioneers, swept their group, beating Chocolax 10-0, Adler 8-0. At the play-in game, they beat Bratislava Bats 11-1. Then their only loss of the tournament was to Tel Aviv 8-3 in the quarterfinals. A game that I think surprised a lot of people that it wasn't more competitive. Tel Aviv just got out early and stayed ahead, and then they beat the Turku Titans 6-2 in the 5-8 semifinals. I'm Stephen Stamp, joined by Jamie Plunkett. The Pioneers are a very talented group. And I think maybe the lack of competition early might have made it challenging for them against Tel Aviv.
Yeah, the Tel Aviv game, Tel Aviv got off to a real quick, I think it was 6-1 at the halftime. Yeah. A bunch of real quick goals that Pioneer just couldn't get back with it. But I think you're bang on there with the lack of competition early, winning 10-0 and 8-0 against the two teams was tough for them moving forward.
Alberta Warriors, who had a very successful tournament last year. This year they won. They beat Istanbul Sultan 6-1 in their opening game, lost to the Mega Men 5-4 in a shootout, which put them into a playing game. They handled the Wolves 6-1. Then their only loss was a defensive battle in the quarterfinals to the local team, the Custodes, 2-1. Then they beat the Privateers this morning from Nova Scotia 5-4. So some great games for them. And the initial possession goes to the Pioneers, but it's thrown away, and John McMillan for Alberta will pick it up. He's had an outstanding tournament for the Warriors. Here comes Matt Murphy. I constantly confuse Matt Murphy and Will Murphy.
Easy enough to do,
Both
that's for
tall,
sure. Yeah,
talented, athletic lefties. Here's Alberta on the offense. Jordan Wheaton, who has 7 goals. No assists, so he is the Cy Young winner at this tournament. For baseball fans, you'll get that. Possession doesn't work out for Alberta, so the Pioneers will take their first. Greg Lund throws the ball ahead, and Dean Farrell, who's leading the tournament with 12 goals and 7 assists. Over to Luke Wiles. Wiles' shot goes off of Ray Halderson, and Halderson is really not comfortable. He's holding that left arm, but he stays in. He is a real warrior, and he's going to let that arm hang as he heads to the bench. Not a comfortable defender right now. Great forecheck by Vinny Ricci to turn that one over. Sorry, that was Ryan Keith with the pressure. Luke Wiles has 8 goals and 5 assists, so he's also well up there in the scoring ranks. He's actually second in the tournament
we have
right now.
2 equally balanced teams and very similar sort of tough, in-your-face styles of plays both these teams play. So I think we might be in for something a little chippy as the game sort of goes on.
Very Canadian style, very physical. Big hit there, right off the bat.
Speaking of which.
And it's going to lead to a penalty.
Yeah.
Oh, and Nate Clare is going after Nick Krywalt, and it was going to be a Pioneers power play, but now Clare will join Krywalt in the penalty box. Oh, and a bit of a scuffle over there, so it may be coming sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
Ryan Keith is following Krywalt over. He's going to go to the box as well. This actually could wind up being an Alberta power play. No, there's 2 of each. Tanner Tassé has gone in.
That first hard pick, he did not see it at all, and I think he took a shoulder right in his chest.
And you hear some conversation between them. One of the players saying, don't go over center. You don't come up in our end.
No, and the only thing that's stopping them is about 2 12-year-olds and a thin bar.
Right.
So we might have a little action.
At least the bars
down here
are there
in front
now.
of us too, yeah.
In the E-box, they didn't even have the bars up, and there's a little chatting back and forth.
Yeah, without the timekeeper box, which would be there in the normal arenas in North America, here it's just wide open for the players with the timekeeper's box set right below us.
Yeah, here at this gorgeous facility in Radotín, Czech Republic, Jamie Plunkett and myself, Steven Stamp, we are in the top level of the of this tower here, the 3rd floor, with our camera guys who are doing a great job. And then below us 1 level are the timekeepers and people who keep track of everything. And then below that, we have officials and things down on the ground floor. Illegal body check.
A 3-minute illegal body check.
And Bob Hollingsworth, it's a 3-minute. So it will be 3 minutes for the first one to Nick Krywalt. As you said, Tanner Tassé gets 1, and Nate Clare and Ryan Keith each get 1 minute for roughing for the Pioneers. So we'll go 4-on-4. Normally, if they're offsetting penalties, you go 5-on-5, but because the other 3 penalties will end in a minute, we will just
with
go
the
to
different
4-on-4.
time lengths of the penalties, so they'll play.
Yeah. So when
4-on-4, then
so one of the Pioneers will be released, and I think they were just clarifying who's going to come out in a minute. And I would think it would be the.
So the Warriors will have
Nate Clare. I think Nate Clare is going to come out.
I guess the Pioneers will have a 2-minute power play,
on which they can score 2 goals before the Warriors will get to put someone back on. Here's the pass out to Luke Wiles. He's going to let it rip. That one goes wide. Comes straight out to Vinny Ricci. Ricci down to Greg Lund. A slide, but that was blocked.
Yeah, that turf's still really slippery out there today from yesterday's downpour.
Farrell reaching in to try and get the ball. They're going to say it's a crease violation on him. Which, if he didn't step in, would actually, it's okay that he's digging or it's a checking in the crease call, I would think. I think that was just discretion being the better part of valor and just hand the possession. And here we go the other way. Sean Wilhelm. Little fake, throws it across to Wheaton. It pops out of his stick. It's going to be grabbed by Mike Avery. Avery on the run. Wheaton is back playing defense. He's got Sam Clare with him. Great finish, Sam Clare. He is a talented player, has always been a forward. This year, turns himself into a transition player, but that's why he's so dangerous up in the offensive zone.
Yeah, that was a real nice 2-on-1 there. They held it a bit to draw the 1 defender over, and it just gave Clare enough time. A little dip and dunk right over top of McMillan.
The left toe's just outside the crease. Perfect body control. And did that come? That did come on the penalty. So that's the first on Krywalt's 3-minute. And both the players because of the goal, both the Pioneers are released. Nate Clare comes out as well as Ryan Keith. And we go to 5-on-4. And there's a high check by Clare. And Matt Spatafora is very upset that the referee was standing right there, saw the check come up into the head, no call. And that's going to lead to some more hard feelings. Farrell hands it off to Nathan Clare. Backdoor pass to Lund, doesn't connect. Alderson tipped it away. Good to see him back out. And holding the stick up with the left hand. Oh, off the crossbar.
Má známku
Up out of
procházka
play.
ze psy.
Fresh 30 for the Pioneers. They're still in the power play. Farrell to Claire. Luke Wiles wants the ball. He's ready to let it rip. Toe drag goes in. Knocked down by Halderson. And then bumped by the butt of Halderson. Ball is loose. Oh, a big slip by Ricci, and his feet take the feet out of Dean Wojciechowski. And it's Farrell will go and get it. And again, I'm kind of amazed people don't have some shoes with a bit more grip. Oh, but Nathan Clare doesn't need more grip than that as he rips it into the top corner, the second goal on this power play.
Yeah, with the turf being on top of cement, there isn't a lot for that water to drain too much. So the only thing that's going to really let that turf dry up is sun, which is peeking out a little bit now. But
that's a great shot.
Yeah, that was real nice.
Kind of shot we've seen you, Barry, on occasion, I would dare to say?
Maybe a couple years ago.
I didn't say now. I saw you play today. You did all right.
Yeah. First game in a couple of years, so getting a little cobwebs off there.
Zabo with the face-off win to Wiles. It's a 2-on-1 over to Claire. Shoot save, John McMillan. Big hand save as it is 2-0 for the Pioneers, and they could ill afford, or the Warriors could ill afford to give up another one there. Shabanik runs into the forward court, and now we're seeing Greg Beret. We've barely seen him. We've barely seen the Warriors in the offensive zone. Greg Beret so dangerous. He's got 4 goals, 6 assists on the all-tournament team last year. There's Wheaton with the shot low. Dan Lewis pounces on that rebound. Lewis wearing his shiny purple Adanax bucket. He's actually been traded, I believe, to the Langley Thunder in the WLA. Spent some time with the Colorado Mammoth in the National Lacrosse League. Ellingson takes a late hit.
No call.
Quite a late hit from Ryan Keith. Yeah, things are definitely getting
it's definitely heating up down there.
I know it's all about game management for the officials. You got to think about when you're going to call penalties and things. There's a rip and a goal. Greg Beret, sidearm. He's had a few of those in this tournament where you don't know, it doesn't look like it's a good decision, but it goes in.
Yeah, no, it's a shot fairly early in the 32. I'm not sure exactly, and just finds the 5-hole right
there's
through.
like 17 to 20 seconds left.
And from fairly far out and straight on. But
Greg Beret just has a great sense and a great smile there to celebrate. Great sense of when to shoot. He catches people off guard. He's so wily. I mean, honestly, when you're his size, not a very tall man, you have to be smart to make up for that. But he's also built like an ox. I mean, he's so strong. And you'd think with a smaller guy, you could push him around. You can't push him off the ball.
No, exactly. He's an incredibly intelligent player out there. Does a lot of small things.
Dylan Johnston, they call him Tank. He is on the run, and he's going to pull up. Speaking of built like a tank, and I assumed when I saw his nickname was Tank, it was because he was built like one. He actually drives a tank or drove a tank. Here's Murphy, sidearm bouncer. That got wide. No touch, so it's going to be the shot clock continues to count. Johnston hands it off. Wilhelm wants the ball. He gets it. He's going to let a bouncer go over the arm of Lewis. Nathan Clare will take the pass from Mike Avery. They hand it off to Sam Clare. That's Ricci at the top. Clare to Clare. There's Keith moving it down low to Sam Clare. Pioneers look like they're waiting for something. It's Nate Clare to cut through. Wojciechowski stayed with him. The pass doesn't connect, and the shot clock's going to expire. Sean Wilhelm picks it up. It's 2-1. We're 8.5 minutes into the first of 2 15-minute running time halves, with the final 2 minutes of the second half stop time. Matt Spatafora cut through the middle, wanted it, but Beret, I think, wisely held off on that pass. There's some equipment popping off of somebody. His big guys are banging around.
The butt end of a stick came flying off there.
Skip pass is picked off. Oh, but then it's knocked away as Jordan Gwindon ran into his own man, but he gets it back, and he's rumbling up. He's got Ferguson with him. Oh, nice check, though. Great work by Buskus. Ball's turned back over, though, and Pioneers have it with 18 seconds to shoot. Dean Farrell, watched by Buskus. Buskus has had a solid tournament.
Yeah, he's looked real sharp all weekend.
Pass up high to Wiles. Fake. It's a very Luke Wiles fake, and then we're going to get a moving pick called on Ryan Keith.
Yeah, very Wiles-esque. Just a little shimmy of his shoulder on that fake shot.
He's got those mannerisms that are very clearly his idiosyncratic, and boy, did they work for him. He was a terrific National Lacrosse League player, scored a bunch of goals. That pass just bounces off the stick of Drew Raynar, picked up by Mike Gillen. He's stripped. Raynar picks it up, penalty coming. Jan Hulish, slashing call. He looks on in disbelief. Momentarily doesn't follow the official, and then eventually will accept it. Here's the call. I guess that was it there, the little slash on the hip.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
It might have been a little bit of a phantom one here. See what the Pioneers can do to capitalize on that.
Another power play advantage. Luke Wiles at the top this time. Back to Farrell. He's going to rip that one a little bit high. Oh, great job by Halderson. Halderson control. Rolls back in.
That was real nice. Boxed out the Pioneers.
Yeah, they're going to say back in as it was kicked in to the goaltender McMillan. So Ryan Keith will go in and get possession. 30 seconds left in the power play. Wiles at the top. Behind the back pass down the lane.
That might have fooled his own player.
I think it did Dean Farrell. Oh, I was going to say Farrell.
And a delayed penalty here.
Catch the pass and then took a solid check. And Halderson was maybe a little too solid. He's going to take an illegal cross-checking call. And you hear Bob Hollingsworth saying, as Halderson's pleading his case, he's saying it was going up. The check was going up. That's just the end of it there, and he definitely did get up high eventually. You know, he rode up the arms. Hulish is out. He's going to come and play D. There's a chance for Ricci. Dive, shoot, scores! McMillan had fallen. The net was a little off spot, but Farrell banks it home, or Ricci banks it home anyway.
And the first penalty was over, so we were at a 5-on-4, so now we're back to a 5-on-5 here.
Right. So that's important for the Warriors that they're able to kill the first one. Ricci just drops the head of the stick and finds that little hole. We'll really see it well here. Just bounces that one below.
Yeah, McMillan thought he was going with the quick stick right away, so he couldn't get back when he cut back across the top of the crease.
Another penalty coming. I believe this one is to Vincent Johansson. Discussion going on. Often when the refs are discussing it, it's whether it's a 1 or a 3. 1 minute, illegal cross-check. May have been that, may have been something else. I didn't see that one. It was right below us. When it was right underneath us, we have to kind of switch to the monitor. I didn't make the switch quickly enough. So, there's Beret. Oh, dances through traffic, but a great save by Dan Lewis. Picks it up, lofted out to Sam Clare. Couldn't catch it the first time. He's got lots of time to pick it up. His feet fall out from under him. Gets back up. Beret knocks it down. Oh, a big hit there. Beret's holding his head. That's an elbow. And Beret is still writhing on the floor. Just getting up now. And he's going to head to the bench. Farrell, crosshand, hard twister, but it goes wide and up out of play. Warriors moving it up over center. Johnston to Spadafora. And Greg Beret is back out. Not looking exceptionally comfortable, but he's back on the floor.
Healed by the power play.
Yes. Well, there's no power play. It's still 5-on-5.
I think he just came out of just came out of the box there to even it
up.
Right,
right.
It's amazing what the possession when you're an offensive player and the power play will do to your body.
Right? There's Luke Wiles with it. You can see a little slip on the feet there for him as well. Trying to change direction. And guys being very careful with their footing. Backdoor attempt. Claire can't bang it in. Joe Fowler comes up with it. I think Fowler's been very good this tournament as well. Ball along the boards. Crywell going after it, has the stick knocked out of his hands by Nate Clare, and the Pioneers will come up with it. Long pass, nice catch by Wiles. Hits Sam Clare, Actually got the shot off, and McMillan had to be alert. I think Claire was just trying to catch it. Oh, and McMillan's out of position. Foot save! What a save, as Claire had lots of room to shoot.
Real off balance there, just a desperation save by McMillan.
Oh, great play there by Dean Wojwitka to get back on the stick of Wiles, who was all alone in the slot and had visions of a shot coming. But Wojwitka quickly there. And now Krywalt will come up with it. Flings it ahead. Wilhelm, 2-on-1. Shoots high far side, not quite. And Wheaton gave that the shooter's look.
Yeah.
Like, why did you not throw me the ball? I thought that wasn't a bad take.
No, it didn't miss by a whole lot, but looked like the goalie was out pretty far where a quick pass over might have had the open net.
Ellingson with the shot. And we are going to hit halftime. It is 3-1 in favor of the Ladner Pioneers over the Alberta Warriors. We'll be back with more from the Alice Hrebesky 2019. I'm Steven Stamp with Jamie Plunkett. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends.
Začala první polovina utkání o 5. místo mezi Pioneers a Alberta Warriors.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2019 Alice Hrebesky Memorial. I'm Steven Stamp, joined by Jamie Plunkett. We're just under a minute away from the second half of Ladner Pioneers and Alberta Warriors. And after this, we will have the bronze medal game between LCC Custodes and Mega Men, and then the championship final, the Glasgow Clydesiders and Tel Aviv, Gold Star Tel Aviv. And this has been a pretty good game. It is the Clare brothers 3, Alberta 1. As Sam Clare has a pair and Nathan Clare has one.
Yeah,
3 on that one.
Definitely not a bad outing for the Clare brothers.
Clare brothers both have been staples of Team England, and I believe will continue to be this fall in Langley, which is 20 minutes.
They
from
should
where
be
live,
there.
I
Yeah,
believe.
so it's right down the road from them. So.
Matt Spadafora wins the faceoff to himself, but then kind of swats it ahead as he goes to grab it, but tracks it down, gets the ball, sees the Czechs coming, tries to roll it, and doesn't quite get it to Chris Buskus, and Pioneers will come up with it. Avery leaves it there for Sam Clare. Delayed penalty coming to Alberta. I wonder if it's a illegal substitution. They had a bit of a slow change, it looked like. Keith at the top, 6 attackers out for Ladner, 10 on the shot clock. Nate Clare to Farrell. That's Luke Wiles. Lets it rip. Groin save by McMillan, and he'll jump onto that loose ball.
Yeah, Wiles had quite the wind up there.
Yeah.
Reached all the way back.
Slashing or interference? They look very similar. I think it's a slashing call.
Maybe on the line change.
Jeff Wright is trying to just make sure he's got everything straight. Chris Buskus is going to go off. So another chance for the Pioneers. They've had a ton of power play time in this game. They'll go back to the lefty strong with Dean Farrell at the top. Luke Wiles shifts over to the shooter spot. Nate Clare on the lefty shooter. Ricci and Lund down low. Crywolf up top with Tassé on the penalty kill. Fowler down low with Halderson. Wiles tries to hit Clare. Wasn't there. Fowler's going to track it down. Can't quite come up with possession. 8 on the shot clock as Ricci gets the ball. Lund fakes. Feeds it through to Ricci. Nice little shot, but McMillan is equal to the task.
That was a real nice catch and release there by him. Almost caught McMillan on the slide back across.
Fowler runs into the offensive zone. Takes a little tap from Mike Gillen. Wilhelm waiting for everyone to be there with him. Still waiting. Wheaton is heading back as he realizes Luke Wiles is up the floor as the shot clock was 4 seconds from expiring. Wilhelm just rolls it into the corner. Figuratively, he actually literally rolled it close to the crease. It's just the saying, right? Roll it into the corner, and then I realized it wasn't really the corner. There's a chance in the front. Greg Lund, another save by McMillan, who's been outstanding throughout the tournament. He's sharp again today. Johnston. Hear the Alberta chant coming. The Radotín chant is ever present here in Radotín. And actually, the Alice Hrebesky Memorial Trophy is down to our right, just being held casually.
Yeah, it's making its way out here.
Saved by Lewis on a fairly gentle shot. Ball is loose along the boards. Huge battle for it. Brett Raynar working hard to try and get it. Ellingson comes away with the ball. Sorry, it was just Ellingson in there and Hulish trying to help. Now Raynar will take the pass as he was over by the boards. The other boards, that is. Hulish. Over to Wilhelm. Directing traffic with his head. Gets a pick from Spadafora. Shot scores! Kind of a hesitant approach to the shot, but once he committed, it was nothing but net down inside the post.
No, that goal was just a lot of hard work. Work by him, just battled through that pick. Just able to put it off the far post.
In off the iron, it's 3-2 as we near the 4-minute mark of the second half.
No, Lewis had a clean look on it, just couldn't get over to it.
Just a perfect shot. Michael Gillen in to take the face-off for the Pioneers against Spadafora of the Warriors. Spadafora tried to rake it out. Gillen now trying to pick it up, but had the stick of Buskus right on top of his. Springs out. And Halderson had a bit of a head start. Oh, and the two of them slide into the boards. Halderson is down on the floor. And Crywolf, he understands there was no intent there. They were both sliding. He just wants to get his man clear. And a little tap in the chest by Halderson to...
He's limping off. He went in the boards pretty hard there with a big body on top of him.
Then Dan Lewis slips and falls. Farrell with the ball. Uses his loose arm to get around the defender and then crashes into the crease. Wright says, come on up, penalty coming.
A push on the Warriors into the goalie is what I think
there's a discussion between Stash and Bob Hollingsworth. I don't actually know Stash's last name, sorry. It's just going to be a possession call, and the Warriors will get the ball. Coming up to 5 minutes into the second half, it's 3-2. Ladner Pioneers. The momentum seems to be swinging the way of the Alberta Warriors as this game goes on.
Yeah, after killing a bunch of those big penalties and with McMillan standing on his head with the shots being 11-7 in the first period, they've definitely come on.
There's Wheaton with an attempt that goes off the boards. It's going to be tracked down by Greg Beret. And I think the other thing is Wilhelm loses his footing there. Is that, you've got a bunch of Ladner Pioneers guys, very, very good players who haven't played for a while. Some of them, one of my color commentator partners was saying one of the Pioneers hadn't played in 9 years, I believe. Came out and joined the team, so they've got some very good players.
Yeah, that's a long time in between games.
Right? And they're in their 6th game of the tournament, and that can take a toll. There's a shot by Sam Clare. Nice stop by McMillan. Picked up there, and rumbling ahead is Chris Buskus. It's a 3-on-2. He's got Murphy and Fowler. 3-on-1. Murphy scores! Nope, they're going to wave it off, say a crease violation. Because Murphy kind of tried to jam on the brakes and get that shot.
I'd like to take a look at that one
I'd love
again
to get another look. Guys, if we get a chance to run the replay at any point. Luke Wiles comes forward.
That was a big
Halderson on him.
non-call.
Farrell tries to duck underneath. Wojciechowski. Boy, this Alberta defense is solid as Wojciechowski there. Big pick. Oh, and there's a
Big
huge hit in the middle. Ray Halderson just lowers the boom all over the floor. Oh, he's getting another
He is
penalty.
getting a,
Wiles comes out, buries it. That's going to wipe out the penalty, but it's a big goal for the Ladner Pioneers. Wiles was knocked to the turf, and he's looking fairly uncomfortable.
yeah, he was able to
there's
walk
another
out right
penalty
from
coming.
behind the net,
Yeah.
all alone.
So the goal wipes out the first penalty to Halderson, but there will be one after the play to Chris Hrebesky. So here it is, comes out. Nice shot just over the shoulder. And then,
Here's the.
oh yeah, I think
Yep.
Murphy's foot was
No,
out.
that's
a great call.
Great call.
Right on top of it. And you can see the arms immediately waving.
Yeah, no, there was no hesitation on that one.
No.
And Samber, if you don't mind, I'd like to give a shout out to a couple people back home
Love
listening.
to, do it.
Fergus Thistle's alumni, Steve Plunkett, back listening to the game at home, and Charlotte and Avery. They're watching the games this morning, watching.
And Charlotte and Avery are?
My wife and baby, they're watching the game.
And how old is Avery?
Just about 11 months now. He had his Adler jersey on, up early watching the game this morning. So it
Here's
was
the
a lot
Wiles
of fun.
goal. And I think Hrebesky got, was it for the push? There's, yeah, it's the check
Yeah,
in the back
yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Okay, yep. So there's still, okay, they're releasing, wait, oh, they're going to release 22, which is Hrebesky.
But his was definitely
His was
the
second
last one,
yeah.
so
Because Halderson's was the delayed one.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
He
they're
did-
gonna-
yeah, he
no,
just
they're
said,
leaving
yeah.
Hrebesky in.
yeah. No, that's the right
Halderson's
call.
place. Yep, absolutely. So it's,
I don't know if I saw
That
the
makes it
original.
4-2 now, right?
Yeah, the original delay was the hit up high by the restraining line.
yeah, right up at the
Yeah.
top of the formation.
Yeah.
So 4-2, it's up now. Once everything's sorted out. Spatafora and Zabo. Spatafora lost his stick and then goes running into the boards.
Bit of a speed wobble, he just couldn't recover in time.
Vyloučení hráče týmu Alberta
Speed wobble's one of my favorite terms.
22,
It's so accurate.
Sean Wilhelm na 1 minutu za
Luke Wiles.
I've never been in one.
a číslo 77.
Haven't had the requisite speed?
No.
Oh, what a shot, Farrell. Dead overhand. The tournament's leading scorer to date gets his first of the game, and that's a beauty 5-hole. Power play marker. Ladner Pioneers, as we're just past the halfway point of this second half, taking some control here.
Pátý gól týmu Pioneers dává hráč číslo 11.
Another chance to get the ball off the face-off, but it's knocked loose. Krywold
Luke
will
Wiles.
just leave it there for Tassé. It looks like, oh, it's on the, if you're looking on the website, I believe they've got the score wrong, right?
Yeah, we have a bit of a
On the
discrepancy
website.
on here.
The
We
board
have,
is right that you can see up on the screen. 5-2
Look out.
would be the right score. Yeah, they gave a goal to Jeff Wright, and that would actually be the Luke Wiles goal.
Yeah,
So
yeah, wrong 15.
yes, that'll get corrected. It's right up on the board here in the stadium and correct on your screen. 5-2, Ladner Pioneers approaching the final 6 minutes. Farrell backs away. Lund thinks about letting the shot go. Does. Halderson has had an absolute, I mean, he's played well. Oh, it's the same. It's the other arm.
Yeah,
Before it was his left arm, and Ray Halderson. Oh my
And those
goodness.
sting.
And he's going to come back out because
Yeah.
he is as tough as nails. But my goodness, that does not feel good. That hurt me just watching it.
yeah. 6
Yeah.
minutes left in the game and 6 minutes left in his tournament. He's not done.
Yeah, no.
No, he's back
There's
out.
No way. He's got a lot, way too much heart for that to happen, unless he physically can't go.
yeah.
Right now, he's sitting on the bench, just trying to get some air in. The trainer comes over, or one of the members of the club, Goes over to check, and he says, yeah, I'm good. I think he is going to sit a shift, it looks like. Luke Wiles to the net. Shoulder save by McMillan. It goes way up over the mesh, but above the height of the mesh, but comes back down. Farrell tries to pick it up. Pops out. McMillan can't get it. Here's Tassé on the run. Beret, the first man out of the bench. Somebody left really early to get to the bench and let Beret out, because I looked and there was nobody. It was clearly a good change. They were already on the bench by the time possession was established. And you got to take those chances. If you're Alberta, it can backfire, but you need to create some opportunities in the final 5 minutes. Here's Avery. Checked by Fowler. Leaves it there for Sam Clare. Well, it was a little bit of a tight one, and it was way too tight.
Risky, yeah.
Matthew Murphy, but Sam Clare's able to get on him, knocks him down.
No call?
Nope. I think that's a good no call.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
the hit
that
was
was
coming
fine.
and Murphy kind of turned.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Big collision, though.
I'll agree with the refs on this one.
Yes. I'm sure they'll be happy to know. Farrell tried to load up what looked like a shot, throws it to Wiles, and I think Luke Wiles lost that in the sun.
Yeah, that
which
sun
is
just came
dropping.
out about a minute ago, and
Yeah.
that hasn't been there all game, and so that's a bit of a change there for
You
him.
can see the shadows as
Yeah.
the sun is
Yeah,
there.
the
It's a
sun's
big
real
change.
low.
Oh, and Luke Wiles was ready to go. He had it loaded up to shoot as McMillan had to put the ball down there. Too many men on Alberta on the change, so chances and opportunity ticking away for Alberta. Greg Beret will go and serve that penalty.
It's interesting he's coming over to serve it with them being down by a couple here.
I think it's because they're hoping to spring him
Yeah.
when he comes out.
Yeah.
He ran over there. He wasn't hesitating. Wanted to get in there and get the play going with the clock ticking. Great save by McMillan on the lunge shot. 45 on the penalty. We're nearing the final 3 minutes. It's 5-2 Pioneers. McMillan just gets out in time. Great play to pivot and get it to Joe Fowler. Here comes Fowler moving it ahead. Passes it to Wilhelm. Little pick on his way off. Ten seconds on the shot clock, and Ellingson just bullying his way through. Reverse whip. Sam Clare gets out on him as he gets a fresh 30 with the ball off the boards. The ball pops loose. It's rolling. There's a race for it. Boy, Ellingson's pretty quick for a big fella. He moves
Yeah, he
faster
definitely
than
is,
you
yeah.
think.
No, he's real quick to get over there.
Goes and gets it back. 3 on the penalty, and Beret's going to come out and join the offense. If they don't throw it away, Hulish will hold on to it. Beret comes out. Hard shot goes off the boards by Spatafora, sorry. Penalty coming in the middle, but it's a goal. It'll be wiped out by the Beret marker that makes it 5-3. And before we get to the face-off, we will get to the final 2 minutes of play, which means stop time. So the clock will stop once it hits 13, and then we'll have the draw.
Might get a little action here with it. Down by 2 with, what's that, 2 minutes left?
2 minutes to go. Actually stopped a second early, so there's 2:01 to go. Zabo gets the face-off. That's a big one. Clare will peel away. Every possession critical now. Although Alberta, if you just go back and forth, they should get 2 possessions. They just have to score on them.
You look to see McMillan come with any bit of possession here.
I would think
As
so.
soon as they start to go.
See if he follows them. It comes off the boards to Krywalt. Takes a look around, makes sure there's nobody
As
trailing
they get
him.
over center.
Looks at the time.
No, he's
Not going.
No, he's a little
Krywalt
tentative
hands it
about
off.
wanting to go.
Shot by Raynar. Comes back to Raynar, fresh 30 for Alberta. They need goals though, not
Yeah,
just
I'd be bringing
possessions.
him right now, especially after getting that reset.
Yeah, does Alberta have their timeout still?
I-
Oh, nice attempt, there's the goal! And it's good, what a finish
Wow.
by Brent Raynar.
Way to
He's had a
stay
good
with it,
tournament.
that was
That's
real
his
nice.
moment. Oh, what patience, and what body control to keep the toes out of the crease.
That's the most impressive thing on this. He gets the pass over with the rebound, tippy toes, it comes right back to him and was able to put it right over his shoulders.
And he falls because watch his toes. He's making
Yep.
sure he keeps his feet
Nope.
back right there. He actually kind of jumps off
Yeah.
the turf to make sure he can get that ball in. Great play 1 minute and 18 seconds, we've got a 1-goal game. It was 5-2, a pair of Warriors goals. It will get it Spatafor to himself. Lobs it across to Dylan Johnston. And good luck getting the ball away from him. Nate Clare's on him, just goes to the bench to get a defender. There's a chance for Alberta with some numbers until they get somebody on the floor. Johnston's heading off too, though. It's getting really tricky to see with the sun going down, but there's a shot by Wheaton, a little wide, grabbed by Wilhelm.
We're still on a 5-on-5 situation. Alberta has not pulled the goalie yet.
There was a reset, so must have touched Lewis. To be honest, it's really difficult for us to see.
Yeah, I can't see anything coming through this one window in that sun right there.
There's all the rain spots still on there, and now the sun. Pretty tricky for the next 15 minutes or so as the sun will drop over those far mountains. McMillan gets it. And a timeout.
And they did call the checking in the crease.
Okay. You cannot touch the goalie or his stick if his feet are in the crease. Even if the stick is outside the crease, you can't touch it.
Yeah, and I think that's what that was. He was just kind of waved his stick, kind of was hoping to get it in the way a little bit, just brushed it. Didn't really check him, didn't really impede him too much, but contact was made. And
so 33 seconds to go, a 5-4 lead for the Ladner Pioneers. And the Alberta Warriors are going to have a power play. Great chance to tie things up.
no, they're not calling the penalty.
Oh, they're not? Oh, they let him out? He says, nope, my bad. And Luke Weil says, no problem. They have a little tap. And away they go. So it will be, it's got to be 6-on-5. Why is McMillan going back to the crease? Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't know, especially.
Is he going to follow as Beret takes the ball?
No.
I'm surprised.
Alberta must not believe in pulling the goalie.
I have empirical evidence that it exists, though.
Especially with 30 seconds left in the do or die, you have nothing to lose here.
Beret with the ball. Pass across to Raynar, who got the last one. He falls, gets back up, takes a shot, it's wide. Clare rolls it, gets it ahead. There's Sam Clare. They've got 8 seconds to kill, and that's going to do it. Nobody's going to get to them. He just lobs it up, and that's going to eat up the rest of this one, unless McMillan can somehow put that one in, but he launches it up into the mesh. Big collision down in the crease.
That was a really impressive play by McMillan to get over there, and if there would have been about 2 more seconds on there, they could have made a play down there.
They could have. What a finish. Ladner Pioneers grab 5th with a 5-4 win over the Alberta Warriors. Jamie Plunkett, thanks for coming up and joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun all weekend up here in the booth. Joining you and watching all this great lacrosse here. It's been a lot of fun.
We've got a little bit of time until, we got about 10 minutes, I think, until 10 minutes or 20 minutes until the LCC Custodes take on the Mega Man for the 3rd place spot in the tournament. I'm Stephen Stamp with Jamie Plunkett from the Alice Hrebesky Memorial 2019. Thanks for being with us. Come back for the rest of the games, 2 more games. Then we have the awards, the closing ceremonies, and we'll have the Memorial After Hours for myself and Connor Wilson. See you soon.
Ve kterém se střetnou domácí LC Custodes Radotín proti Megamenům v Bostonu. Pak už nás čeká jenom finále, slavnostní vyhlášení individuální a kolektivních cen a na úplný závěr večera velkolepý ohňostroj.
Now's your opportunity to explore, coach, and compete in one of the most unique leagues that the sport has ever seen. Contact Seth at lacrosse.co.il.